Okay, that was quiz 3. What's next? Now we have lifetimes. Yeah, lifetimes are one of those tricky things about to learn in Rust. It takes a little while to figure it out. Fix a compiler error by updating the function signature. So I think they're just, yeah, and they actually tell you exactly what to do here. Just give them all lifetimes. All the same lifetime. That's all you need to do. So you'd think that if Clippy can do it, you wouldn't need to do. The reason you need to do it here is because there's two different references, right? Lifetimes are associated with references. And because there's two different references, Rust can't infer the lifetime. If there was a single reference, right? If I said x stir, I shouldn't call it len, right? I can just say x, right? And it'll tell me the function not used, but I don't have to put a lifetime here because it assumes that this lifetime, the lifetime of this reference is the lifetime of the thing that's being returned. So it doesn't need the lifetime for that. But the fact that there are two here, it doesn't know, it can't figure out which the return value's lifetime is, x or y. And by doing this, it forces them all to be the same lifetime. And so now it doesn't matter. All right, so that's my talk through on that one. Next. String does not live long enough. Okay, so lifetimes 2, live 2. Don't change this function. Okay, so we have string 1. We have result. We let string 2. So now string 2 has a shorter lifetime than string 1 because string 1 gets dropped here while it's still borrowed. And then we return the result. So this says, oops, it says fix a compiler error by moving one line. Well, one thing you could do is just drop the scope, right? But that would be deleting these two braces. So I think what they're saying is just move this out of the scope. And now there's no reason to have the scope anymore, right? But we'll leave that scope there. This result is okay because it's declared outside of the scope. So it'll assign it. And then it should work. Yeah, that's all they're looking for. Hal says, or move the println inside the scope. Yep, let's try that. Yeah, that works as well. I like it. Yeah, the key here is to figure out that you need to make sure that whenever you use has the lifetime of the thing that you're using. And if it goes out of scope, suddenly your lifetime's dead. But the good news is that Rust will tell you when that happens and it will refuse to compile your code. All right, lifetimes 3. Yes, lift 3. Lifetimes are also needed when structs hold references. Yes, that is true. Fix the compiler errors about the struct. So all we have to do is, like we do for traits, we define a generic lifetime. And that should solve that problem. Yep. It means that any impl block on book would have to include this as well. Impl for book. Right? Fn show self. We can do the same thing here. Right? Why is it saying syntax are expected less than? Oh, not 4. Yeah, and then this could be book show. Right? If we take this out, it's going to complain that You're missing the lifetime. Oh, okay, right. And this is something I still need to get used to, is that you can have a generic lifetime in there. Requires both strings to have the same lifetimes. Oh, I see what you're saying. You could do this, right? And now this needs two. Can you do two generics like this? You can. But yeah, generally you only have one in here because it's a struct that's pointing to the same data or related data. So generally the lifetimes will match. All right, that was interesting. What's next? Oh, we're on a test now, and now we're going to learn about tests. Okay, tests are important to ensure that your code does what you think it should do. Okay. Import is even. You can use wildcard to import everything in the module. Yeah, so I generally in my tests I have use super : star. Test the function is even with some values. Okay, we can do that. So we can say is even 4, and we can say not is even 13. There we go. Next is tests 2. Calculates power of 2 using bit shift. 1 shift n is equivalent to 2 to the power of n. I agree. Test the function power of 2 with some values. Oh, okay. So they're just saying write some tests. So we already did that with test 1. So I'm not sure why we need to do that here, but we can definitely do that here. We can say 16 here, and we can say, I don't know, 17 is not a power of 2, and also not a power of 2 is 1048575. Oh, what did I break? Oh, assert equals. Gotcha. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, and sure, 8. So this is what we're doing. I totally missed. So 2 to the 1 is 2, 2 to the 2 is 4, 2 to the 4 is 16, and 2 to the 8 is 256. There we go. I wasn't reading the signature correctly. My mistake. All right. What's next? And this time I'll do it right. Test 3. We have a struct rectangle with a width and a height. Don't change this function. This panics if the width or height I'm changing the function. Okay, there we go. Now I'm happy. To do, this test should check if the rectangle has a size that we can pass to its constructor. Okay. Isn't that what the test is doing already? Oh, I see. Oh, but they're not pub. Oh, I wonder if they're looking for something like this, where I say let width equals 10, let height equals 20, assert that width is 10, a height is 20. That doesn't make any sense, though. And then we go width, height. This doesn't make sense. What am I missing on this one? I guess that's what we're looking for here. All right. To do this test, should check if program panics when we try to create a rectangle. Oh, okay. So you're just looking for the, what is it? Should panic? Yeah, should panic. Oh, yeah. I just used the completion there. So let me see if Control N works. Yeah, should panic. There you go. Okay. So this test should pass now. We're not using those fields in the struct, but okay. can live with that. Very good. I think that's all we're doing here. Scoop says, use the fields from the struct in your asserts. Oh, you think we should do it that way? But okay, I can definitely do that. Rect width, rect height. Do that like this. But do I have to make these pub? Oops. 1020. And now this fails. Are we supposed to see this if it passes? I guess so, but I would have thought that if we should panic, we don't need to see the error message because we're expecting an error message. We're expecting a panic. I mean, the test passes. All the tests pass. That's good. It's just that I was not expecting to see that. Scoop says, should panic, you want to see, it just says it will panic, not why, and sometimes you want to see the why. Yeah, but if you got automated tests, you're ignoring all this stuff, right? Mizzard says, should panic expected equals error message. Okay, let's try that. Okay. I mean, we're getting it. If I change it to something else, will it fail? Yeah, okay. That's good to know. I like that. Okay. I knew about the should panic. I either never learned or completely forgot about the expected message. Cool.